On left, right and centre, we are looking at that major terror attack which has taken place on an army camp in the Jammu area, in the Rajouri area, the first such attack in 4 years. In fact, it's the second major encounter that security forces have been involved in Jammu and Kashmir in the last 24 hours. Joining us now for more on this, General VP Malik, the former army chief. Thanks, General Malik, for joining us. You know, it's pretty sad because while there is always a heightened sense of security ahead of Independence Day, this time it's quite clear that the terrorists are intent on striking, not just attacking our soldiers in a camp, but also large quantities of IEDs, and a second encounter, which in fact took place earlier on in Badgam. Are we facing a real threat in the next few days in the state?
Well, the threat was always there, and I don't believe it has gone. While we may have taken a right political action in terms of Article 370, but as far as the operations are concerned, that continues, because Pakistan continues to follow the same strategy, same tactics as far as cross-border terrorism is concerned. And there are many people, even now, both in Jammu as well as in Kashmir, who are prepared to support these terrorists who are coming from outside. Some of them are even getting enrolled in that. So that threat continues. And as far as this last incident, which has taken place near Dral camp near Nashara, unfortunate, we lost 3 soldiers, including 1 JCO. My heart goes out to them and my condolences to the family. But I think we need more information, which has not yet come. This incident took place early morning. My first question would be whether these people have come across the LOC or are they locals, because we do not know. And this particular place, this location is very close to the line of control. And
you know, sir,
so
senior police officials, General Malik, and we've asked them, have indicated that it's very likely that they did come across. And that these are Pakistani nationals, and they're trying to identify them exactly at this stage. But as I understand it, sir, and correct me if I'm wrong, you know, whenever there have been major attacks on army camps themselves, Fidain attacks, suicide attacks, it's almost always been a direct Pakistani involvement.
Well, Fidain coming and attacking an army camp is a very, very serious matter indeed. You know. So we have to remain alert. Now, my own feeling is that, you know, actions like this, we need to be proactive as well as have good defensive measure. Now, as far as the defensive measures are concerned, if you recall, some years ago, General Philip Campos had done a board, and in which he had recommended a lot of defensive measures, which unfortunately we have not been able to follow them because of lack of resources. So when there are companies, units, small units which are located like this, they require much greater security measures than what we have today, particularly where you have the ammunition and, you know, some vulnerable things lying close by. So that is as far as the defensive measures are concerned. I also feel that proactive measures are not adequate. You know, although there is a ceasefire today, but the ceasefire means nothing if these people can come across from the other side of the LOC. So we need to have some proactive measures across the line of control ourselves. I'm not too sure whether we have got those adequate measures. Now their drones are coming, dropping rifles.
So proactive measures across the line of control, are you suggesting that India militarily retaliate for this incident near Rajouri today?
Military is not the only way. There are intelligence agencies. They should also be capable of doing, you know. And I'm talking in terms of having more agents on the other side, getting more information from the other side, and wherever required to be able to target their camps, particularly which are close to the line of control. Now, this kind of a thing can be done both by the intelligence agencies as well as, and also by the military when required, if and when required. We have taken some steps in the last few years, and I suppose we will have to continue to take those steps.
You know, General, here's a bit of a worry because in as much as we are speaking about Pakistan today, the link between China and Pakistan and terrorism is something which comes up and in diplomatic circles at the level of the United Nations over and over again, and perhaps it's time we started discussing it. Let me give you an example of what's happened. In fact, just in the last 24 hours, China has shielded a Pakistani terrorist once again. They placed a hold on Rauf Azhar's sanctioning. Let's have that graphic out if we can. Rauf Azhar is a very, a lethal terrorist, somebody who's been involved in IC 814 in the United Nations. China placed a hold on an effort to have this man designated as an international terrorist. That sanctioning process, which India was pushing with its allies, was stopped. Sources say that this is a clear reference to China's doublespeak and double standards. Who is Rauf Ashkar? Abdul Rauf Ashkar is the deputy chief of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. The JEM is a proscribed terror group. He is the younger brother of Masood Azhar. He was involved in the planning and execution of numerous terrorist attacks in India, the hijacking of the IC-814 aircraft way back in 1999, the attack on our parliament in 2001, the attack on the Indian Air Force base in Pathankot in 2016. So what has China's track record been in blocking efforts to get these people named international terrorists? They've done this earlier also. In June this year, they placed on hold Abdul Rahman Makki of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, and over a decade, they put 4 technical holds on the sanctioning of the terror mastermind Masood Azhar. General Malik, your thoughts?
Vishnu, you are right. Asghar, I think, has always been number 2 to the head of Jaish-e-Mohammed. And he continues to be. And as far as the Chinese and Pakistani tie-up is concerned, let there be absolutely no doubt that Pakistan and China are allies, are total allies today as far as national security matters are concerned. And we should not expect anything better than what they are doing. And we have to work we have to take that into cognizance all the time when we work out our own strategies, etc.
Yeah. So
to expect China that they will help us in United Nations or anywhere else against Pakistan is absolutely no. We have to take these actions ourselves, whether it is diplomatic action or these are military actions or non-military actions, intelligence actions, as far as Pakistan terrorism is concerned. The fact is today that Pakistan has not changed at all. It continues to follow the same strategy, the same tactics on cross-border terrorism.
Okay.
We have to take them on ourselves, and we should not expect any help from China, for that matter, even other countries.
All right. General Malik, always a pleasure speaking to you. Thanks very much.